Well, hey, everybody. It's Tuesday. I'm looking at the date. September 27th. This is the Drunken Ian edition of the show. I got my headlight. Look at that. Whoop. Y'all jealous? Who's jealous? Who got one? Who didn't get one? If you didn't get one, I'm sorry. Look, I didn't get one either yet because I stole this from Rosie. And look, Jeff's sitting here laughing at me. He's like, you're such a nerd.
Well, we were only in Phoenix for a solid week, Charlie. They were at the table at the door.
Dude, they were like, what, 15, 20 feet from us? And I never got one because I'm smart. Oh, my God.
Tish is coming around. Did you get your headlamp? Did you get your headlamp?
Oh, no, I'll get it in a minute. Matthew Nissen, what's up, buddy? Uh-oh. Matthew Nissen? He's blimp.
Can't see his keyboard.
That's great. Oh, it's stuck. I broke it. Oh, God. Okay, I gotta take this thing off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, wait, that's terrible. Something happened. Oh, my. Look, all the lights light up. Sweet. That's not good for the camera at all. I don't. Oh God! It made it stop.
We didn't have the epilepsy. We didn't throw the epilepsy.
Oh my God! If someone's seizing right now, it's Jeff's fault.
Oh.
Whoo! What's up, people? Kevin Hatch, what's going on? Who else we got? Ken Kelly, King. That's a name, King. Just straight up, just call it. I'm waiting for everything to process. Did my drug test and new medical physical to come. Lease at Swift on flatbed side. Cool. Congrats and welcome.
Nice.
It's a lot of work. That flatbed stuff, man. I'm glad people like you are doing it so I don't have to. Craig Hutchinson, what's going on, man? Hey, y'all. Homeward bound to South Carolina, said Matt Nissen. Paul Phillips said hello, or he said hi. Hi.
I'm just going to put it out there that I had to go north into Minnesota to get rid of that Matt guy. That guy was following me from Phoenix all over the place. I'm just saying.
Nice. Nice. Trucker Dan. Hey, buddy. James Vaughn, howdy. I'm out of the shop finally, he said. Jason Caps said something. New do in the works. All right. That's good. King said, it's the best way to lose some extra weight. Oh, the flatbed thing. I was like, what? You mean epileptic seizure? I just put someone in with that flashing headlight? Because that'll do it, I'm sure. I know I'd lose some weight. Oh, God. I thought about running out next door to my buddy because he absolutely twitches on flashy lights. And if he didn't punch me or shoot me first, he'd be on the ground and I'd be like, dude, you totally laid out on that one. And he doesn't see the humor in it at all. Oh, new DL. Oh, cool. I'm glad that's working out. And yeah. I don't even know what's going on there. I'm just going to ignore that line. I'm just going to scroll on by. Scrolling by. Anyhow, how are you guys doing? Jeff, how are you, man? Jeff's out there on that Northeast regional stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, so far so good, I guess.
He's at the Iowa 80 right now. You can tell by his frozen face.
By the way, I'm at the Iowa 80 again, so we'll be in and out just like always.
I like this, King. This is a great statement. So do you drive a semi or just lounge in your office? I like that. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
The answer to that question for Charlie is yes.
Yes. Exactly. I like it. Yeah, sure. That's what you meant, Matthew. Look, he tried to correct it, Jeff.
Saw it. I knew what he meant, but I was going to ignore him.
Right?
It's the cry for attention.
You know, he does, Paul, and he keeps coming back there. I don't even know.
All I can say is that they still have a freaking buffet.
Right.
Like
there's something to that.
Like go serve yourself buffet.
Right. I got jokes that are totally inappropriate based on go serve yourself. I'm going to just walk away from that because Jeff is froze. Oh, he's back. There, that was great. And I'm like,
yeah.
Can't leave me alone like that, Jeff. Not on a line like that. I'm just saying.
Maybe we should do a fuel surcharge.
Fine. I'll do that. We'll be right back. Watch this. Pow. So this week we had another drop in the national price. So we're down 0.075 to 4.889. The West Coast Pad 5 went down 0.045 to 5.567. That brings our fuel surcharge down to 0.611 cents per loaded dispatch mile. That's a change of about a penny and a half. West Coast fuel surcharge stayed at 10 cents. There you go. You'll see this little ticker rolling across the bottom. I'll put the fuel surcharge one up in a little bit. But I reached out to Dave Tillman today. Oh, I should, you know what? Let's get out of here first before I start rambling about other crap. Oh my God, what's wrong? Pow, we're back, Jeff. Anyhow, I reached out to Dave Tillman and said, hey, man, you know, what are y'all doing for these guys that are out there? And they're like, look, you know, just you guys be safe, you know, check the weather, keep yourself out of harm's way. No load is worth putting yourself at risk. And he believes this stuff, you guys. And he asked that we remind you to please communicate frequently so we know you are okay. And that came out of Dave Tillman today. He said, so there was something else. He said, drivers are in control and our priority is their safety. Seriously, if you're down here in this mess, don't screw around, guys. It's just not worth it. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Don't let yourself get in a bad situation. Find somewhere safe to be until the wind stops. And it's going to be a couple of days once it starts. So be careful. Seriously. Jeff's frozen again. But he has a very concerned look on his face, and I like it. He's going to pop out here any minute now. He's going to be like, boop. And then he'll come back. Yep. So, you know what's funny about that, King, is every time, like some truck will stop in front of his truck and blocks his signal out. And we get these great screenshots out of it because, you know, we got a couple people like to save Jeff's frozen face. It's mad fun. We've got a whole collection. Someday I'm going to have to put out a whole slideshow of frozen Jeff faces. Oh, and Sue when she's home, because those are great too. When Sue is at home, it is mad fun to watch. Sue, if you're out there, you know I love you. I ain't picking on you. See, there he goes. Poof. Gone. So how you guys doing? I hope you guys are being safe. Not dying. King, yes, I do drive, man. I did 3,200 miles this week. And I should say Rosie and I did 3,200 miles this week. You know, we do our thing, man. We just make sure we come home every Monday. That's how we do. That's what we do, man. Got into a position where we can do that every week, hopefully. Although when this load board stuff kicks off, it may be every other week for me because I think I might try something out for a while. And Jeff's back, so that's cool. Look, there he is. Got no sound, but he's there.
What?
Oh, there you are. When you first spoke, there was nothing. That was all awesome. Okay, I just need to post this up for fun because no context. Apples and cranberries. There you go. There you go, everybody. Apples and cranberries. Ergo has spoken, and apples and cranberries for anyone who is interested. I'm not sure we're going with that, but yes. Maybe that's for losing weight. Ooh, that sounds like something might be used for losing weight. It's weird when you don't have context. Is it just me? Paul, you need freight. Where you at, man? What part of the country you suffering in right now? Excuse me. Oh, Lord. Oh, We lost Jeff again. That's going to be fun all night. So, yeah, this is not going to be a long show, y'all, because I am going to have to go back to doing my little hurricane prep stuff. And, yeah, that's, it's going to be fun. Atlanta. There should be freight coming out of there, man. Have you called Omar? I would definitely reach out to Omar and see what he's got.
Where did he say he was at?
Atlanta. King, when the load board is out, is the load board only going to be for OTR van, or is it OTR van, flat, and reefer?
Just van in the beginning.
Right, just van to start with. Then it'll go, the reefer guys will end up with one. And flatbed probably won't, from my understanding. Simply because you guys just kind of already got your stuff locked in anyhow. James Bond said he officially opened a brewery.
What? His truck?
Can you do that in a truck?
I know. You're the one that actually read through all those regulations the other day.
Well, if you're on your way somewhere else, utilizing your personal vehicle conveyance stuff, I can't talk. Words. What if I just say words over and over? Will you guys understand what I'm trying to get to? Because I don't understand what I'm trying to get to half the time.
You just grunt.
Oh my God. I started a new book series this week, and yeah, Matt was one that told me, Jeff was one that told me, a couple people told me. This Expeditionary Force. Oh my God. I can't stop listening to these books. Good God. No, here in Mexico, James said, God, what's wrong with you, Jeff? Why would he open it in his truck? That's weird, man.
I don't know.
Holy heck.
I come from a long line of bootleggers, so.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Paul said he's been trying to get reloaded all day. That sucks, man. Did you reach out to Omar? I hope you did. If you didn't, you should have. It's too late now. He's gone. It's already after 6, huh? But just for fun, because we haven't put that number up in a minute. OO planners, for any of you who don't know, we have 3 OO planners. One for the West, one for the Central, one for the East Coast. Call that number right there. It'll ask you, which one do you want to talk to, West Coast, Central, or East Coast? And they're there. They can get you stuff sometimes. Although Jeff was saying that above I-80 is a bad thing right now. But
yeah, I was told to stick below I-80 if I want to keep moving, as late as yesterday. So I kind of had to do some not great things to get out of Minnesota. So ate a bunch of deadhead, whatever. But I ended up with a load going all the way from here, Walcott, all the way to Florida. So
there you go, Jeff. There's one for you.
So, Paul, here's what you need to do. You need to write down every time you try to call that guy, the time, the date, and then when he calls you back. I have started reporting that to Brett. I'm just going to put that out there. Nothing against Omar personally, because here's the deal with both Omar and Coretta. They don't just work for Brett. They have other responsibilities. They have a different boss. Brett's not actually their boss in any way, shape, or form. What they do for us is kind of extra duty. And when their boss says, no, you need to be doing this, that's what they do.
They're regular planners too.
So I'm trying to build a case a bit to say, Brett, we need 3 people, 1 in each region. I'd like to see more, but that's not going to happen until we get, like 10,000 owner operators here.
Right.
But that just works for us. That just works for the division. None of this, right now, the only one that works for us is Jerry.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the last time I tried to contact him was on Friday. I didn't hear from him until Monday. So
yeah,
he's just, I don't know what to tell you. The only one that works for us again is Jerry. He is dedicated. He Like Brett can literally throw a rock at his head from his office. So
It's pretty cool, actually.
yeah.
So Matthew Nissen said Greer's going to be a mess. They're T-calling with Florida. All the Florida loads are getting T-called there. Oh, God, don't go there anytime soon. That is going to be a mess because that yard's tore up to start with most of the time. Let's be real.
Now, on the flip side, Sue Smith just got back to me. I'm good on my load, apparently. I'll have to find out what the context is. But, you know, if you guys don't have Sue Smith and you just aren't really digging your OOC and you're around, actually, it doesn't even matter, does it, Charlie?
Nope.
We have 2 OOCs that we recommend because they're people that, one of them, Charlie and I have worked with for over a decade. And she's just great. You know, her background is that she used to own a brokerage firm herself, so she understands the business. That's Dana Nelson out of Troutdale. We like to have people reach out to her because she's in Oregon, and we do not contract out of Oregon, but she loves owner-operator. She would much prefer to work with us than her company people. Did that sound bad, Charlie?
It sounded bad, but I understood it.
She likes us because we're business people, and she used to actually be in the business legitimately, and so she really likes working with us. That would set you up if you're like east of the Mississippi, say, and then of course, or west rather. I'm getting
west.
Yeah, Charlie can't talk, and I don't know directions.
Between us, we're gold.
And then of course, Sue Smith, OOC extraordinaire, and her background is she used to own a small fleet. So
Sue Smith.
So those 2 people right there are kind of our go-to. Right now, our driver leader, Dana, has been sick the last couple of days, so I've been bugging the heck out of Sue. And
you know, it's funny. When I was coming down from South Carolina, who did I call? Sue, because Dana was out. Yep. And she's like, "Oh God, not this guy again."
Yeah, I'm telling you. But she'll help you out. So you know, I need to clarify this, that you should really be trying to build a relationship with the OOC you have.
Yep.
You know, don't just say, "Oh man, I heard there's better ones out there than you," and go to someone else. The best scenario is to try and build that working relationship with whoever you have, because if nothing else, it makes you a better business person. You need to be practicing that anyway. Building relationships.
And there is another option out there, Jeff.
What's that?
Phoenix 4.
Phoenix 4.
Phoenix 4. They are OOCs, and they are that's all they do is owner operators.
Something Lisette said that she forgot to say that we haven't touched on yet is one of the Phoenix 4. By the way, there's 5 of them.
Right.
But anyway,
it didn't make sense. Yeah.
Specifically, only has team owner operator trucks.
Oh,
that's what they do.
Nice. I forgot about that.
Owner operator trucks. So if you're a team owner operator operation,
that's their specialty,
you feel like you're being underutilized or whatever the case may be, you might give the Phoenix 4 a call and say, "Hey, I heard you have someone that only has teams and knows how to run a team."
Call the Phoenix terminal, ask to speak to Phoenix 4, someone in the Phoenix 4, and they will know what you're talking about. Or you could just ask to speak to Lisette or someone like that, and they'll get you there. But our 2 favorites, like for real, is Sue Smith and Dana Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And yeah. So what the hell is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are staying safe. Anyone down here in Florida with me? It's going to be fun the next couple of days. I know Sue is, but she's so lagged behind. I mean, she's probably going to hear me say this in 22 minutes. It's just fun to pick on her. Oh, I'm a terrible person, Jeff. Something's going to go terribly wrong because that karma is going to come back and drop a tree on my head.
I keep telling you to read the book of the Great Spaghetti Monster and be, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually something a student of mine pointed out to me when we were talking philosophy one time, is the religion of the Great Spaghetti Monster. If you don't believe in anything, you can at least believe in that.
Right. Yes. That might be where I just put all my faith. The great spaghetti monster.
Yes.
I don't even know what's going on today. Hey, if you guys have questions, you should definitely throw them up. And you know what? You guys should just, by all means, right now, because this has been, we are just like stellar on the ball today. You should definitely hit that thumbs up today. I'm just saying. There should be at least Jeff shooting flies in his truck.
Yes.
He's so happy.
I am.
He's having a ball.
No more chasing him around the truck with a hat.
Right?
I just wait for him to land and I shoot him.
We should watch that like this. Watch as the mighty hunter stalks his prey. Oh my God!
See, we got it in there.
Exactly. Well, hi, Lisa. Here, present.
Mark that down on my sheet.
Everybody, Lisa is here. Here is Lisa. Oh yeah, no phones today. You know why? Because I am just a train wreck once again. Like I didn't sleep. Like Jeff's been up since like 11 o'clock last night, so I don't even know how he's breathing right now. I didn't sleep. It was not good. I was struggling for words there. You guys heard it. I'm just saying, worse than normal. There's not enough Mountain Dew in my house to make me. Oh, I should have broke out the Cuban coffee. Dang it.
So since it's been kind of a hot topic a little bit, Charlie.
Yes.
Let me just describe to you what I did to get out of the Twin Cities.
Oh, Lord.
Because I got up there and I got this weird call from this guy, dedicated Cabela, this guy out of Phoenix, said, hey, we really need this load picked up. Goes down to Prairie du Chien. And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I got enough hours or whatever. And he was telling me, yeah, because like there's like one load in all of Minneapolis, St. Paul leaving today. So I saw you were up there and thought maybe you'd want to not stay there all week. I said, that's great. So then I got there and then I got a call from Menasha saying, hey, we really need these couple of loads done. 9-mile load and a 12-mile load with 142 empty miles on it. But then I'll back you up with a good one. I'm like, well, what's the good one? But, you know, I could have just stayed up there in Minnesota.
Rotted. Minnesota,
I mean, who knows what the deadhead would have been out of there anyway, right?
I figure I came from.
I figure I got paid about half the mileage back down to the I-80 is the way I look at it. So, you know, you guys, the way freight is right now, a lot of you guys are saying I'm sitting there, this and no loads. Dude, I'm doing stuff that I told people just 6 months ago, don't do that.
Right.
I'm going to Oregon, for crying out loud. And some of you guys know I consider myself a refugee from Oregon. So, I mean, when things are the way they are right now, I mean, if you're not in one of those areas that's hopping, you kind of got to sit, you kind of got to sit and evaluate.
Right.
What's better for your business right now, because things aren't normal. You know, 14 years of doing this, guys, this is not normal. Right. This has only happened a couple times in my career. It'll get back to normal someday. Don't know when.
Soon, I hope.
It'd be nice, but you know,
we should see the turn again soon. We'll see.
You know, I also stress that you know, right now, I mean, you know, a lot of the guys that are say turning in their trucks right now don't necessarily talk to Charlie and I.
That's true.
But you know, there's quite a few. If you're not one of those guys and you're able to weather all of this and not lose your assets, you know, your house. Hey, it was a legit statement.
I thought you were getting hung up there. Like, oh no.
No. If you could weather this and not lose your house, not lose your car, whatever it is that you owe money on, when you get to the other side, you will have learned to run so lean that you're going to make bank when the market goes back to normal.
Right.
And you know, one of the things Charlie and I were talking about yesterday. Charlie does not like poor grammar.
This guy.
Is risk management in the business, and the biggest risk management you can have is when the times are good, save some money, man. Don't go out and buy a brand new pickup that you're going to drive 3 days a month. Put it in the bank.
Right.
That way, when you have, we just had a guy in the group that put a hole in his oil pan. We're waiting to see what that's going to end up costing. Hopefully, it's just a bump in the road for him. But saving money for weird stuff like that.
Right.
So that it doesn't put you out of business. That's good risk management right there. It's good business.
Risk management. These are terms we're going to start using more of. We were talking about that. We actually had a discussion about that.
Business terms.
Oh, and you know what? How many of y'all like NASCAR? I just quick poll. How many of you guys right now watching are NASCAR fans? Just type yes or something in the chat. Type yes in the chat or no in the chat if you're a NASCAR fan. Just gonna sit here and wait for a minute. Ding 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 ding. I'm gonna get a random yes in like 30 minutes watch because somebody tuned in late and they're just now seeing it.
Who can remove the camera? I love that question because it means that you're thinking for yourself, and I'm betting you want that camera out of your truck, right? You have to go to a body shop to do it though. And Charlie, are they still charging $100 for that?
I believe so. It's 100, 150, something like that, and worth every penny.
So I'm saying that's the best $100 that you'll spend.
Absolutely.
One of the comments I put up earlier today, again, being tired and stuff, so I might be a little cranky. So I apologize for that. For you guys, I might have maybe been cranky. I don't know. I don't even remember what I did today. But anyway,
right.
So you have that camera where Swift is watching you, which honestly, Charlie, I could argue it either way. I can argue it Swift's way or our way and win the argument. I really could. Right. But here's the thing. You have their camera that you have no control of in your truck so that you can go an extra 2 miles an hour, which is costing you $2,000 a year. Or you could spend the $100 to get the camera out and spend that $2,000 a year on one of those fancy camera systems like Alan Becker got, where you've got a 360-degree view of your truck and it's being recorded all the time. And you have 100% control of that.
And it's not being used against you by the company that you're contracted to.
In a quarter Swift.
Right.
Oh
my gosh. My voice is shot.
You got to go to a terminal that has a body shop and tell them I want the camera removed, and they'll do it. And again, we think it's either 100 or 150. I don't know what it is. Things keep going up in price, so who knows?
Right. But don't try and take it out yourself. That's just going to lead to bad things happening.
Yeah, because if you even scratch something, they're going to say, "Oh, you damaged it. You owe us, $1,000 for that camera."
$12 billion. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, something wrong with this, Jeff. I think it's just us that keying on those things. Probably.
Maybe.
It could be. So,
Craig Hutchinson loves NASCAR.
Yeah, and so does Trucker Dan, and there's someone else. Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, so here's an analogy for you NASCAR guys, right? And I'm gonna harp on this thing. Those guys with those wonderful, awesome NASCAR cars, right? If they were driving around the track at 60 miles an hour, would they have to overhaul their engines, Jeff?
No.
Every race?
No.
Would they ever have to change a tire on their car?
No more than anybody else.
So I'm using this to prove that speed, because we have a lot of people who just don't seem to keen on driving faster causes more engine wear, causes you to wear your tires out faster, causes you all this extra wear and tear, and you're like, oh, but I'm making more money. Just saying. These NASCAR guys have to overhaul their motors every race. How many times they change tires in every race? Like, oh my God, because of, granted, they are softer compound tires. They're made to get hot and sticky and all that sort of thing. But if they were driving around at a slower speed, the tires wouldn't get as hot They wouldn't wear out as quick, and they wouldn't be eating up tires. Same thing with trucks on a weird or different scale. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Save more money, make more money. You want to drive 72, don't come back complaining you ain't making enough money later.
Right. And when we were talking about this originally, Charlie, we were sort of going down the road of looking at cost of ownership versus the cost of purchase on things. Right. What's the cost of ownership of your truck driving 72 versus driving 60?
Right.
What over 4 years, what's that truck going to cost you? How much maintenance, how much fuel, how much in tires, all of that.
The drivetrain, I mean, just everything is wearing out faster, driving faster.
Right. And, I have a truck with just turned 830,000 miles yesterday, 30,000 miles yesterday. Over half of that was while I was a mentor. I have the same DPF that came with the truck. The only high ticket items that I've had to replace is I had to replace the air conditioner compressor.
Right.
That's it. I haven't had anything else major happen to the truck. That's it. This truck has driven 60 miles an hour 99.9% of the time I've had it. Students, no students, people that were my students on my truck, TK will tell you. TK just popped in there. TK will tell you, you drive my truck faster than I tell you to, we have a problem. Big problem. That and going to Love's
with a stick.
That and going to Love's back in the day. I didn't like Love's for the longest time. I come out of the sleeper word of Love's, and you're gonna get the drill sergeant treatment.
Knife hand.
That's right. The hell are you doing? So,
oh my gosh.
So yeah, all that mileage again with students, because that's another thing. Those of you guys at Mentor are always talking about. Oh man, but what about the wear and tear for the students? Well, what about the wear and tear from going 70 miles an hour? You're concerned about one, but not the other. And I would encourage you to evaluate that. 63 to Sean TK, 63 was not the max, unless we were on FedEx. 60. See, I'm still yelling at him, and he hasn't been on my truck for like 3 years?
Right. Good Lord, he's not even in the Swift Transportation family anymore. Well, he is. He's in the Contractors Corner family, though.
Yeah, we love TK.
TK's my brother. We break bread together every chance we get. Peace be upon you. Anyhow, so what are y'all doing? What's happening? What's shaking? We got nothing today, guys. There's some truth for you. Can your truck even do 70?
If I was to change the governor on it, it'd probably do 80, 90.
Right.
I'm not going to do that though. Especially once I get that fancy tune from Bruce.
Right.
Oh, still need to do that.
Yeah, you and me both. Someday. I got to get up there soon. Like, seriously.
Well, you know what's crazy is, so I went right by Pittsburgh coming out of Jersey.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm up here. I should probably, get a load up there or something.
It's not actually in Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, it's close, though, isn't it?
It's down the road.
Close-ish.
Yeah. Well, I remember looking at a map, and it's like not. I don't know.
James Vaughn is making homemade something. Donuts?
I had to get it out of the bigger screen. That's funny. Because that's not what I was going to say. I'm just going to throw it out there. Yep. Trucker Dan's in Nevada. Context. I need context. I'm just saying. I'm glad you're in Nevada.
Hey, I'm curious. You're in Nevada. What's the freight like out of there?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to know. Roland wants to know how freight is looking.
Hey.
Be careful asking questions that you don't want the answers to, bro.
Right? For real.
I mean, nothing's really changed if you've only been out for a week. Things are still pretty tough. I'm still doing stuff that I would normally not do. So just to keep moving. So I logged 2,000 loaded and 580 empty miles this week.
Good
Charlie.
God.
That is definitely not normal for me. But
that's a 20% deadhead right there, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Maths.
But I ran the whole week. I did not get stuck like people are talking about. So I made that decision.
Name. Is that wrong? Not being political, but that is hilarious. Sorry.
You know, it's like a lot of things. So if you don't like the other guy, just put his name there.
Right. Man.
Then we can all laugh together.
But right? wait. The picture though. Oh, someone's gonna tune out right there. Let's see the numbers split in half. Right here. Oh, good Lord.
You're alt something, Charlie. I don't know if it's alt right or alt left, but you're alt something.
Yes, I'm alt something. Roland said he was hoping something changed by the time I got back. Roland, yeah, we all wish, you know.
So guess is the
and Jeff froze.
That am I back?
Maybe. Now you are.
There we go.
There you are.
My guess is the Christmas season will still pick up like it always does.
Right.
But I'm not expecting the big bump like in before 2020.
Yeah, it might be.
It seems like everything after 2020, and I'm not even going to say the C word because it's just
right.
I'm over it. But everything after 2020 just went down, man. So I think we'll see our normal retail bump like we normally do. But remember, we're coming off of the floor we're coming off it down here instead of up here right now.
Right.
So we might get back up to up here, but it will be better than it is right now.
Right.
I look forward to that probably in another 30 days or so as we get into the holiday season.
Hey, Roland, to answer your question, load board meeting was canceled. Or will it be? I don't know. I have three emails from Jerry right now. Load board meeting, and then canceled load board meeting, and then load board meeting. I was just checking emails, see if anything had come in from anyone.
So here's what we do, Charlie. You're on Eastern time. You call him at 11 o'clock. I'll call him at 11:15. Roland, you call him at 11:30 tomorrow, and we'll just keep his line busy for 10 phone calls in a row. Hey, what about the load board? Because we know people respond to pressure, right?
Right. He would love that. Let's see.
Actually, since I met him, though, he's like the most laid back dude, man.
Right? I know, seriously.
Like literally, he's sitting in his chair, is like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" Typing on his keyboard.
I'm baffled because all three of those emails were about the meeting tomorrow. So it says meeting tomorrow canceled, and then meeting tomorrow. And I'm trying to understand what is happening here.
You check your email too much, man. I haven't even checked my email today.
I just checked it to see if anything had popped up from anyone out there active today, and I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong here.
Let's see. He emails me the wrong thing. So let's see.
This event has been canceled. Okay, so we do have a meeting tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern time. Okay. Some weird things happened there. I don't even understand what happened. Whatever. Yeah, so there you go, Roland. We do have that meeting tomorrow. Sweet Lord. Oh, Matthew Nissen, Freight Box. So, yeah, I think I have Nate Obrey locked in for next week. We're going to get him on the show so that he can have a conversation with all of us, like Jeff and I had a conversation with him with him at Driver Appreciation Week. I got totally tongue-tied there. It was great. Some weird loop in my head happened. Anyhow, so hopefully next week we'll have Nate Obrey on from Phoenix, who's running that Freight Box development program thingamajigger. You like that? That was some technical stuff right there. I don't even know. Here's a question. Dave. Yep. IHLA. We're just going to go with that. Is this not a good time to start MRP program? I don't want to set up for failure. Jeff, go.
Go what? I mean,
I know you like this type of question.
I know, but I'm tired, dude.
I know, but you love this. You're like, here it comes.
So here's my spiel on that. It's always a good time to get into business if that's what you want to do. I don't care what the economy is doing so much. I mean, we're not going into retail here. I'm not starting a game store or something like that in an oversaturated market during a recession.
Right.
This is the freight business. People still need their toilet paper. So as far as not setting up for failure, the best thing you can do to not set yourself up for failure is do your due diligence, which if you're asking this question, you probably already are. Have a good, solid financial foundation, which Charlie and I will tell you, most people don't.
Correct.
Ourselves included. Like when I got into the business, man.
Oh yeah.
I had no business owning a truck. No way.
Right.
I would have told myself me today would have told myself of 15 years ago, dude, you're gonna lose your house.
Right.
You don't have any cash in the bank. What's wrong with you? So, evaluate all of that. As long as you're set financially and you're doing your due diligence, it's always a great time to get into business. The differences between MRP and traditional lease, there's a big argument about that going on in the Facebooks, including in our group and others.
Yep.
And it's a legitimate debate. You need to look at those contracts. Don't just, we love Michelle Cantrell. She's the straightest shooter we know. But you need to yourself read both contracts and see which one best suits your goals.
So if you're thinking about making that jump, ask for contracts now and start reading them. Find someone to read them for you. Pay somebody, whatever you have to do to go through those contracts properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I read legalese pretty well myself, although just like everybody else, I have to get up and stretch because I'll fall asleep because it's really, really boring.
Right.
Charlie knows my story. I've signed 3 lease contracts with IAL over the years. And each time I get to Phoenix and I'm there before they are. I am waiting for them to open the door. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Jeff Morton, truck such and such, driver code such and such. I'm here to sign my new truck.
Right.
And I'm still signing when they want to go home. Like legitimately. No, they don't. They were like, you are going to buy this one out, right? We're not going to have to see you again, right?
Right. Please.
But seriously, it's that big of a deal. And if you're someone that needs more time, your recruiter should get you that contract weeks in advance. Just ask for the contract.
All you got to do is ask for it. If you don't ask for it, I'm telling you right now, they're not going to be like, hey, you want me to send you a copy of a blank contract for you to look over? Because
nope.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, they're salespeople.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. They're salespeople. With Michelle, even, she will answer every question you ask her.
Yep.
She does not volunteer information like maybe you think they should. But
right.
Hey, man, this is business.
Right.
You're signing a contract to go into business. They have a reasonable expectation themselves that you know what the heck you're doing. Otherwise, why are you going in business, right?
Right.
And of course, the very first question is, Charlie, why do you want to do it? So give
Dave,
yourself a why.
Why do you want to lease a truck? Why do you want to get into business? We give you time to type that out and figure that out. We're putting you on the spot. We're waiting for an answer. Roland logged in the old load board. There's 100 loads on there. Can we take those anymore?
That is not supported. I'm surprised you can get in.
Yeah, I don't know. You can call Jerry and ask him.
The person to call on that would be Jerry. because he's kind of the guy in charge of all
Right.
of this. But from my understanding, I thought we didn't even have access to that anymore.
No, it's still there. They never took it down.
Okay.
And the load numbers
I mean,
change all the
yeah.
time. It's weird. Yeah, I pop in just to look at it, but like, oh look, there's a load I'm not going to take.
I stopped back when it was down to 2 loads. I
Right?
stopped looking.
I know. There was like a couple weeks where there was like nothing, and you're like, is something broken? Are you trying to tell me something?
So just so you guys know too, that old load board, for those that have not been around during this entire long process,
Long.
that old load board was all what's called Swift Logistics Freight, which is a separate entity from Swift Transportation.
Right.
You know, these are the guys that you say, oh, why are these independent guys hauling our trailers? A lot of times that's Swift Logistics loads that got nothing to do with our freight basis with transportation. Totally different thing.
Right.
But we got access to their load board for a time. All live loads and unloads. No team freight that I saw. It was all
Nope.
like, get it there, you know, maybe tomorrow, you know, type of stuff.
Yeah. Maybe 3 days from now.
It was okay. But the problem was that their system isn't even linked to our system at all. So they were having to put it in simplest terms, we would book a load through that load board. Swift Transportation LLC would then basically buy that load from Swift Logistics so that they could put it on us.
And someone would have to manually enter that into the system, then pre-plan you on it, then commit you to it, then dispatch you on it, and hope nothing went wrong.
Yep, which it did sometimes.
Like, yeah, it was cool.
So the new load board that Charlie and I have seen, but haven't gotten access to yet. Oh, has he? Okay.
Yep. He's one.
So that is what we call AS400 freight, or the HAL 9000, as I like to call it.
HAL 9000.
I'm sorry, Dave, you can't do that.
What do you mean, Dave?
That's the system that Swift works off of. That's where we get all of our loads today as our normal planned loads. So the new system gives us.
Sorry.
Now you got me thinking about a story. But anyway.
My God.
Oh shoot, there I was. So the new load board though is we're going to see all the loads that the planners see now.
Right.
That's what it is.
Well, every load that's profitable to Swift, because the last I heard that there had to be a profit margin built into the freight for it to pop on us. You know, we could probably find out. I would have to re-verify with Jerry and those guys to find out that's still the case. But I know that when they were talking about it, the load had to be a profitable contractor load, meaning Swift was making a cut.
Right.
Because there's freight out there that we pull that is not profitable to them.
Right. It's placeholder freight. Maybe they're trying to get a customer, or they're trying to make a customer happy, and they're not making any money on it.
Right.
Those are not loads that we will see. But that's not a lot of the loads out there, though. Otherwise, Swift would not be out of business. So,
right.
So what we'll be seeing is Dave. What? Huh?
Anyhow, no. Finish his thought. What will we be seeing?
We'll be seeing the freight that you're getting now. We're just cutting out the middleman. We're cutting out the planners when we do this. And I actually asked Uncle Russ, one of our favorite planners in Troutdale, Oregon.
Uncle Russ.
Hey, how do you feel about that? You know, am I going to be taking your job away? He's like, his exact words were, "Oh, hell no, man. Now I don't have to deal with you guys."
Right.
And you would have to know Uncle Russ to understand that. You know?
Right.
But you know, I think it's going to be a good thing. It just needs to happen.
At least 20 years, James.
At least. So I have friends that are in the software development business that when I told him that we were having a hard time merging a newer system with the AS400, one of them literally fell off his chair, aghast that a Fortune 500 company like Swift was still using that antiquated system. So yeah, there's that issue. What's up,
All right.
Alan Becker?
Alan Becker, what's up? Dave said, I want to challenge myself. I don't have that much personal overhead obligations, rent, mortgage, etc. I feel it's a great time. Okay.
Well, there you go.
That's a why.
That's pretty close to my why, Charlie.
Right?
We
Way
always like
better
to
than
go
my
over
why.
our whys because my why is good and Charlie's is
Dopey.
Mine is I love the game. This is not the first business I've tried my hand at. I just like playing the game, and it turned out that I was pretty good at it. So I've been sticking with this one. I've tried lawn care, I've tried IT, all sorts of stuff that didn't pan out for me. But this was a good fit for me, and I like playing the game. I like my numbers. I like seeing, hey, I did this much better this year than last year, or ooh, crap, this year sucks.
Right?
Even the painful years, it's like, but hey, I'm able to see the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of the
Right.
business. It's really cool for me. Charlie's was
they wouldn't let me take my company truck home anymore and told me that because I lived too far from the terminal, it was 107 miles, and they were only allowed to take your company truck home if you lived within 100 miles. So I'm like, it's 7 miles. They're like, too bad, sucker. And I would go home for 7 days at a time. And if you were gone more than 3 or 4 at the time, you had to clean out your truck just in case they needed to give it to someone else. I'm like, well, that's dumb. I'm going to go lease my own truck. Then you can pound sand. I'll do whatever I want, when I want, and drive 70 and do stuff. Here I are. Spent a bunch of money doing exactly that, too. I'm just saying.
But the thing is that I love to point out about Charlie is that your why today?
Oh, hell no.
See?
No, and the why is going to change.
See, it's important to have that initial why, understanding that it's going to change for most people.
Yeah, you should be goal setting all the time. Yeah, you should be goal setting all the time. You should be, there are those who say you should write down every goal and then adjust those goals and read them every day and look at them. And then there's other people who say write it down and then throw it away. And I don't understand any of it. I'm just like, look, man, I'm looking at Alan. I'm looking at it saying, hey, what's working today? What's not working today? Do I want to continue where I am doing what I am doing? Am I still happy? Is it working? Yes. Keep on going.
So if I understand,
no, then not.
If I understand Alan here correctly, we're going to do a little advertisement for Alan. You ready?
Go
Alan
for it.
needs drivers. He's building a small fleet over the next couple of years. If you know people that want to work for Alan, he's a good guy. I can vouch that he's fair and whatnot. So yeah, and listen, and he's going to hate me for actually mentioning this because I'm trying to get him to do a thing. But anyway, if you think that you might want to be an owner operator, but you just don't have enough whatever in your mind yet to do it,
right?
Go to work for someone like Alan for a while, because he will show you the numbers.
Right.
He will work with you, show you the numbers, teach you how to buy fuel, because he uses the ESA card for his trucks. So he'll be teaching you how to buy that fuel. He pays on percentage. So the better you do for Alan, the better you do for yourself on all of that.
Exactly.
And then you can say, well, the hell with this. That's too much work. Or, hey, I'm in. Let me go get a truck.
Right. Like you, Jeff, I got in the lease because I love the game. I've come to the conclusion I run out of challenges for myself. How do you continue to come up with ideas for your challenges?
Yeah. He challenges me, and I challenge him. Doing what we do right now is kind of, so for me, everybody that knows me knows that I have this Landstar fetish.
He does.
I like to bring that up every once in a while. I think Landstar is a great company. I think Mercer's a great company. I stick with Daddy Swift because I know the system.
Right.
But if I ran out of challenges at Swift, honestly, I would be looking at Landstar, to up my game. You know, I was actually, when Charlie approached me and Jeff, we should do this Contractors Corner thing. We didn't call it that back then, but we should do something. I had one foot out the door because I was getting bored. And then Charlie came up with this idea, and now I'm like, dude, good God, my brain's on fire again. It's great.
Right.
I know I'm Mr. Personality, so that probably really shows through.
It glows, man.
I dig it. I don't exactly wear my emotions on my sleeve, but makes me good at poker.
Right.
Saying.
Hey, Dennis. What's up, buddy? Dennis Lewis is here, y'all. He's up in Jonestown right now.
Nice.
Rosie's watching Pinocchio with my grandchildren because my daughter had to evacuate with the people that she works with. It's a weird thing. She works at a assisted living type home for elderly people and that sort of thing. And they made them evacuate this area because we're in a mandatory evacuation zone where I'm at right now. And she had to go to Daytona, which is weird to me because now that hurricane's going to be going that way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But okay, whatever. Confined cooking, that's where you're at, you're bored. Look, I understand that. I am pretty bored with Target right now. I've told them that. I really need this load board to happen so I can just kind of control the day-to-day a little bit better for myself. Because at Target, I kind of just do whatever the hell they tell me to do because that's the agreement I made, you know? And, you know, I don't even read the load assignments when they pre-plan me. I simply hit accept. I don't ever read them. If I did 50-50, I wouldn't take them.
Right. One thing I would challenge you with confined cooking, if that's your real name. Anyway, I would challenge you with this. How well do you actually know your numbers? Can you tell me what you paid for fuel last month on a per mile basis? And is it better than last year? You know, that numbers game, that'll keep you occupied for quite a while. And
right.
If you're still bored, if you know your numbers that well, dude, you could go anywhere. You know, any of these systems, get your own authority, work load boards, whatever, because that's the step that most people are missing is they don't know their numbers and they go out and do something like that and they lose their business. Charley and I saw it just a couple of years ago. There was a bunch of guys at Swift that went out and got their own authorities, and they were telling us, we're making $200 a mile or whatever it was, and this and that, just doing power only. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Well, we don't hear from those people anymore. They went out of business.
Right.
So that's something is get into the numbers game if you're not already. And if you are and you're comfortable with your numbers and you think you've got it figured out, start looking at opportunities.
By the way, Jeff,
you know,
confined cooking is Rick Jenkins, your challenger on the ERF. I'm just saying. You're welcome.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
Oh, Lord.
Well, you're not getting anything from me for another 2 weeks then. I'm still learning stuff over here. I can tell you that I came in my first week, even with all that deadhead, I came in, and I'll explain the difference here in a second. With Jeff math versus Charley math, I came in at $1.06 a mile profit. That's where I'm at. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. The difference between Charley math and Jeff math, by the way, for those of you that haven't heard the story before, is I do not count my maintenance account contribution as profit. Charley does. He figures it's not spent, so it's profit.
Right.
So
it's just an accounting difference.
So what we'll do is we'll go, well, what was the Jeff math on that? And then or what was the Charley math on that? So that we can see both. And, you know, neither one is wrong.
Right.
It's just I'm one of those people, if I see money, I spend it. And so I make sure that it's not counted as mine. That's why I do that. Do I have to pay taxes on my maintenance account money at the end of the year if I don't spend it? Yep. So at the end of the year, it becomes profit if I don't spend it. But it's just my mindset is if I see money, I'm buying little army dudes to paint.
Right.
And that's an expensive hobby. And my wife gets mad. So,
hey, Sage Freak, thanks for asking. I'm good, man. I got a little more work to do out around the property. Pick up a couple more things that could fly away, but I'm not too worried here. The way this thing's turned, I think we're going to be good up where I'm at. I'm 42 miles west of Ocala. It looks like this thing's going to take a right there in Tampa and cut across the state and head up that way and run up that east coast. So I'm good, man. We're on the low water side. Everyone down there, good Lord, they're expecting a hell of a storm surge down there. So like we had said earlier, for any of you who missed it, spoke to David Tillman earlier, and they are very serious. You know, take care of yourself. The load's not worth it. You know, it's just the load's not worth your life or any injuries or accidents and things like that. Make those decisions. You are in control of that truck, and look, they're going to hold you to that too. So if anyone's pressuring you to drive and you feel it's not safe to do so, reach out to me, reach out to safety. Absolutely rat them out, because it ain't ratting, but it is the easiest way to say it. You need to put them in front of the squad, yo. Yeah, they're not screwing around.
I say one more thing. One more thing to Rick real quick about the boredom thing. You can kind of do what Charley and I did. You're not going to step on our toes if you go out and find some people to mentor.
Right.
Go find yourself somebody that's like, God, screw this. I'm not making any money. And you're like, come here, young man.
Right.
And help them through it. Because I guarantee you that's plenty of excitement when they don't do what you tell them to do. And you can say, look, you dumbass.
Right. It's a trip.
I told you.
And helping people is an odd thing. It actually kind
of figuring out how to connect with someone like that.
Right.
It is the challenge. So I don't know if that's something that you're interested in, but we're not the only guys out here trying to help other guys out. And I think the motivation is the same for most of us. Give back, but definitely also, there is a challenge there. It is interesting.
Yeah, Timothy, I want to go back to something you said. He was talking about the Landstar thing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Thing about the Landstar, if you pick up a load and they change the delivery time, you're stuck sending them because there's no T-calling.
Yes, but isn't it also true that since it's a brokered load, that's between you and the customer at that point?
Right.
I mean, this is one of the things. I was talking to someone, and we talked to quite a few guys at Fleet Week, and the first thing out of his mouth is, they made me. And I didn't stop him because I didn't want to be like that guy. But after he got done listening to him and I just want to bring up the first thing.
There's a truck driving in front of Jeff right now, or they stopped in front of him. This will be fun. See where he comes back.
No, it's not fun.
Oh.
At all. So just that whole thing of they, who's they, at a system like Landstar, where you're dealing with brokers and customers directly instead of through a middleman like a Swift. You talking to the successful BCOs that I've talked to over there, they are really proactive. I mean, they might actually get a load that the brokerage said, yeah, delivered on Friday. Well, they can get it there on Wednesday. They call the customer and say, hey, can you take delivery on Wednesday? I could be there for you.
Right.
Sure. Stuff like that. Whereas at Swift, it's more of a, calling a customer, hey, I'm Jeff from Swift. And half the time it's like, what, who, what?
Why are you calling us?
On a brokered load, it is a different dynamic. That's something that Charley and I found when we were working the load board before with the Swift Logistics freight. Even though we were hauling a Swift trailer, boy, did we get treated differently at those docks.
Right.
There was none of this, hey, it's time for detention time. Man, I was in and out of a dock usually inside of an hour. Done. Even at Costco in Aurora.
Right.
That was strange. Holy cow.
Right. So yeah, Sage Freak said, I definitely try to guide the guys who only have a few months in and are still trying to figure it out. Good, man. Point them to the group. I mean, things like that. That's why we like this group, because there's so many of us in it. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's not just one magic way, y'all. And the more ways we learn to skin those cats, I'm getting deep in this cat skinning thing, the better off we all are. Meow, meow. Just saying. Oh,
your cat's going to come in thinking you're calling her.
That crazy cat's going to hurt me. He made me look at the door to see if the little latch is locked, because shit, that thing's crazy. One of them is just interesting. Just kind of, hey, how you doing? I'm happy. Sometimes I think she's blind and deaf. I don't know. The other time she's like, pew, she gets you and you're like, whoa, what happened? The other cat we have, that one is just psycho. We've all had that one girlfriend back in our life that was, yeah, that one. I'm just saying. Sorry, sidetracked there. Oh, that's a good statement, James.
Charlotte.
They're never a they may do anything. They're never. You confuse me.
We know what he means.
I don't. I'm broken right now, Jeff.
There's never a they made me do anything.
Oh.
Did it, you know.
I'm just going to go on from that. I'm sorry. I got lost. You broke my brain, James. Dang it, man. Oh, it's not that hard to do. Why are you doing this? It's not even a challenge. I mean, do it on a day where I'm like awake and stuff. Whew.
Dennis says that Port Angeles might get hit with a Cat 4.
Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte. That's not Port Angeles. I'm just going to throw it. That's not even close.
Whatever.
That's not even close to Port Angeles. That those words aren't anywhere near. Where are your glasses? Put them on. Good God, man. Oh. Hey, you know what? Look at this. This is actually kind of an interesting thing. Do you guys have an Excel spreadsheet to put in individual numbers to see profit and loss? You know what? There's something I'm working on right now with Matthew Nissen. I recorded a video with him. We recorded a video with him down in Phoenix, and I just haven't had time to cut it together yet to put it out there. But he does have such a Excel file.
Yep. I'm a pen and paper guy. Computers.
I don't have it on this computer. Dang it. It's still on the laptop. I actually thought I might play it real quick because it's only like a 10 or 15 minute walkthrough of his little sheet. Maybe I'll see if I can get that together and ready for next week because I'm going to have apparently a couple days off here with this hurricane thing. And if I have power, that's another thing. I guess I need power to do it. But if I have power, I will work on that this week. That's my goal this week.
Sweet.
That sounds like good.
Yeah, I really liked what Matt showed us. Yeah, that's something that if I had skills, I would have done, but I don't have skills, so I just use a pen and paper.
You, James Vaughn. You.
See, now you're awake. Got the
vengeance
thing going on.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
No one ever believes me when I try to make that serious face. They're like, dude, stop it. That's funny. Oh, Alan. Alan said, Rick, how are your miles this week, man? Just saying. I like when they start talking to each other and you and I just sit back and we're like, yeah, that's cool, y'all. We dig it, actually. Yeah. And I'm not being facetious about this at all.
That's a big word.
Yes, stop it. Sometimes. There's something I was going to look at and I forgot what it was. Hey, I added a bunch of new members to the group today. That was cool. Sorry it took so long. We had a little bit of a hiccup in our verification process. And so, yeah, we just added 6 today. So for those of you who got added, welcome. Michael, you're in that group. I know for a fact that I remember. I'm just saying. There's a couple more. I don't remember who they were off the top of my head. I apologize. Alan said they're flying his student from Laredo to Milwaukee. Look at that. They're just flying them all over the place.
Milwaukee.
That's weird, Jeff. Why did you put me into that? That probably hurt somebody's ears right there. I apologize for that. It's Jeff's fault. He made me do it. It's like ringing the bell and Pavlov's dog starts salivating. Certain key things will just set me off. You guys don't even understand. Oh, Rick Jenkins said he's doing well this week, Alan. I'm challenging myself to see how running overnight works out for him. So far, so good. Yeah, I can't do the overnights. I'm not going to lie. I really don't feel safe anymore. Yeah, I can't even get into those choices. I just can't. Alan, I love that. My phone.
Yeah, that's great. It's not that I don't agree with you, Alan. It's just, they kind of pay me.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love how every time a truck goes by, I get that dark thing, and then the sun
right,
goes on. It washes me out until my camera
right.
adjusts. That's wild.
It's like night, day, night, day. Fire, Charley. Oh my God. Hey, if you guys have any other questions, throw them up. Otherwise, I think we may wrap this thing here fairly quickly. So Jeff can go to bed and I can go tie down stuff. There you go, tie the kayaks down. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't fly away. Put them in the garage or something.
That way you can use them tomorrow.
Right? Dude, maybe. We'll see. I parked one of my trucks out front, so it's in a high spot.
Hey, I'm going to tell Ida that you have a kayak, so you can get to your truck and drive that thing out of there and go to work.
Right? Yeah, she knows better. I got the grandkid since the daughter got evacuated. I'm on grandkid duty till the granddaughter or till the daughter gets back. So yeah, it's cool though. Students run night shifts, less traffic, less stress. That's what Alan does. Timothy Ransom seems to agree. I love driving at night, less traffic, and you get more miles than driving days. Rosie will agree with you guys as well. She prefers nights as well. That freaked me out when she asked if she could drive nights. I'm like, yes, because otherwise we're only running daytime because that's just going to be how it was. Because it was a weird night one night. Had to quit doing that whole night thing. Sage Freak, you be careful. You seriously be careful. If it gets sketchy, find a safe place. Don't let anyone push you. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And let's see. Anyone else? Last call for questions, y'all. Last call for questions, y'all.
Closing time.
See, Jeff, come on, man. No, you're not gonna commit, man.
That's all you get from me, man.
Hey, I dug it. It's recorded. It's on the interwebs forever now. Vegas, baby. Alan is always reminding us. Vegas, that is it's the first week of April we're going to be out there. And that is, I got to scroll through my calendar. February, March, April. The first week of April is the 3rd through the 7th. So several of us are checking in on the 3rd and checking out on the 7th. We haven't set it. Did we set a date yet, Jeff? For our conference or gathering? Yet. It's either going to be the 4th or the 5th, which is a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
So I feel we need to make it very clear at this point. So the official part of the event, just so you guys know, and there'll be more to come, is going to be something that we are going to charge for. We're going to actually have Alan Becker out there. There'll be some tools that we're going to give you to do the maintenance items that he's going to teach us, things like that. So we're probably looking at about $150 per truck, because again, we're talking about tools and things like that. And Charley and I are going to put together a couple of little panels or something where we talk about best practices for the business. And hopefully, and I'm going to call you out again, Sue, if you're still on here watching, we're hoping to get Sue Smith to come out and talk about growing a small fleet, because she knows all about that. So we're going to keep plugging Sue until she tells us either yes or I just can't make it. One of the two.
Look at that, Jeff. Start out Friday.
2,700 miles. So I'm guessing he probably did a little better than me. I'm guessing he did a little better than me, maybe, because my deadhead was horrendous this week.
Right.
I was at about 20% empty. So if you did better on the empty miles than me, you might have beat me. Although I am driving 60, I did not feel, by the way, that I needed to speed up to get my loads in. At all. I just wasn't pressured. And I used about half ESA card and half con data. So about one tank for each. So I did save a little bit of money there as well.
Hey, Alan Becker. How can I connect with Alan about his fleet? Tell you what, Dave. Let me do a thing. No, I can't do that right now. I just don't have the ability to do that right this second. I was going to open up the phone lines and have him call in. Oh, look at that. Someone's mailing me Viking Blood Mead. Yes, James Vaughn from the brewery.
I've never had mead.
And it's Viking Blood Mead at that. So I'm just saying that's just cool.
So is Dave in the group? Is he a current contractor? Is he in one of the other Swift groups maybe?
Dave, are you on the Swift Drivers Employees and Family group on the Facebooks or the Swift official, the Swift Drivers official group? If you are, put up a post or look for Alan Becker there. He's on both of those groups. You can reach out to him there. If not, next week we'll have the phone lines open, and I can have you call into those, and I can get you in touch with Alan.
And Alan Becker is also a lot like us in that he uses his real name on Facebook too.
Right.
So if you're looking in the comment section over there during this broadcast, his name is there. So there's a couple different ways to get a hold of him about that. And just be warned, you start talking to him about his small fleet, he will talk to you all day if you let him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of those people. He's kind of like me in that he's not all that animated. But you get him talking about business, and you'll be there all day. I think the during Fleet Week, I'll tell you, during Fleet Week, we were all there, and I was up talking to Alan 2 hours past when I should have gone to bed.
There was a bunch of nights like that.
Yes, we were talking about stuff and ideas, and he just kept going, and I was interested.
Right? Like, for real. Rick Jenkins said he'll be in Ocala next Tuesday through Thursday or so. He'd like to meet up with you and I, and if we can make it. So we'll see what happens. There's actually a chance of that for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Sue has pulled me there. Sue has pulled me there once before. My problem with this next week, though, is I don't know if maybe I can get out and back. But where is Gainesville in relation to Ocala?
North of Ocala, about an hour.
By an hour?
Yeah.
So maybe I can get something going up the coast and back or something. And that'll round out my week for next week. And Charlie and I were talking about, I don't know if he'd be able to do it, but maybe I could at least broadcast from the terminal there and kind of make a big deal out of being on the East Coast, because it's I don't hate being on the East Coast like I do other places.
Right.
But I'm just not over here that much because I'm based out of the West Coast, and trying to get east of the Mississippi is kind of hard for us sometimes.
Oregon's terrible. Don't go to Oregon. What?
Are you done?
Yes. Sorry. Unless you absolutely have to go to Oregon, then go to Oregon. It's better than not making money. You're welcome. Yeah. Look, it's nighttime at Jeff's truck again. Oh, here comes the sun. Do, 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 do.
There.
Oh my God. There's the sun, sir.
Sun's going down over the Iowa 80.
Yeah, he's at the Iowa 80 there, Rick. Yeah, he's coming down to Gainesville.
It's just been very close to the card at the East Coast. Yeah, I've noticed that over the last couple of weeks, man. It's kind of a toss-up, really. And this is a good time for us to plug our reinforced shop for fuel guys. You know, we really like our discount card, but it's not 100%.
Right. But if you don't have it and you haven't looked at it, go to this site right here, essuccessandtrucking.com/cc. Sign up for the... Oh, my God, Jeff's gone. It's dark. Completely dark now. Oh, and it's back. That scares me.
Washed out.
But go to that website, request some info. They'll call you back. It'll be a number from Mississippi calling you back. Don't know if it says their name yet or not. Something they've been trying to work out with their phone system. It'll be a Mississippi call. Answer a call from Mississippi after you sign up that info request thing. And if for some reason they don't call you back, you know what? Call this number right here, 866-811-3033. That is a direct line into their system.
And since it's our reputation on the line a little bit too, let us know, please.
Please, yes, definitely let us know. And we will reach out to those guys and get you a call as quick as we can. And, any of you, go ahead.
And I'll also just put out there, so as you guys that are using the ESA card or using their app, I'm actually still using the WEX app because I like the routing on that.
The routing, yeah.
They still don't have routing on the ESA app. If there's stuff you would like to see, let us know, because we have enough of you guys that have signed up, and they know that they signed up because we promoted them.
Right.
That we've built a relationship with Jeff Reese in such a way that they do stuff that we ask them to do now.
He's the director of marketing for esadvantage.
Right. And so if there's stuff you guys would like to see, let us know, and we can pass that along. And don't ask for free fuel. Just please don't.
They are working on the routing. So that's cool. And they got the Les Ifton now thing, don't they?
Not that I've seen.
Huh. I can't remember. I got confused. Maybe I got excited on Fuelbook the other day. Whatever. Yeah. But hey, on another note, any of you guys who are thinking about coming over to Swift from outside, you know what? Even if you're a company driver and you're going to make the transition into the lease program, do us a favor. Put down our driver codes, either Jeff's or mine, even you company guys. We don't get a referral bonus from guys going from company driver to contractor, but we'd like to get our names on those listed as referrals as being an asset for them. Let them know that we're working with a lot of guys that are coming from the company and swapping over. And if you're coming from the outside and thinking about coming into the program, Swift does pay a $1,500 referral bonus. And we are not above asking for that if you have found value in what it is we're providing to you and the networking and the advice and things like that. I know there's quite a few people that Jeff and I spend hours and hours and hours on the phone with, helping guide them through this whole process. And we take that money and put it into Contractors Corner so that we can bring you bigger, better things like this, event in April that we're putting together in Vegas, where, Alan Becker's going to help you learn some basic maintenance stuff, and he's going to teach you how to adjust brakes and things like that. We're going to have some speakers there to talk about, how to grow your business and things like that. Maybe some discussions about fuel purchasing techniques. All sorts of stuff, guys. We're going to be there to go over numbers one-on-one with people if anyone so chooses. So these referral bonuses go into that. It's not that we're putting it into our hot little pockets. We're actually dumping that money directly into Contractors Corner. So you can use either one of those referral codes right there, MORTO1 or MAHCH1. Put that in as a referral. And that would do us a huge solid. And we appreciate you guys. We thank you guys for everything that you're doing. And seriously, and if you don't want to put our names on there, that's cool. But I would, if I were you, I would reach out to Michelle Cantrell. If you're thinking about making that transition, here's her number, 864-968-7605. Tell her that Jeff and Charley said you should call her. And you will hear it over the phone. She will roll her eyes and say something clever. And she'll be like, those two are a mess. And I'm telling you, you will hear the eye roll over the phone. It is great. We love her. This lady is honest. You guys have all heard us talk about her, and she's just our preferred recruiter. Not because we get any sort of kickbacks from her or anything like that. It truly is. She's our go-to. She answers questions. If you ask her questions, she will answer it.
But you have to ask.
Right. And by all means, ask for a copy of the contract up front. If you're thinking about making this change, ask for a copy of the contract tomorrow. Yep. Seriously. Give her a call.
And you guys that are thinking about becoming contractors at Swift, if you feel like you don't know what questions to ask, hit us up on private chat or something, and we will give you a laundry list of questions to ask.
Right. Jeff's dark again. That's great.
All these big trucks, big scary trucks in this place. I don't know.
They keep blocking out the sun. Anyhow, guys, so we're going to call this thing a wrap unless I missed a question at the end here that I haven't seen. I went to the eye doctor the other day, and they said I was slightly nearsighted, Trucker Dan said. Yeah. So anyhow, we're going to call it a wrap. I want to thank you all for tuning in every week. We are live every Tuesday, most Tuesdays. Tuesday is our regular day. Every now and then we'll have to do it on a Wednesday because of weird things happen. But Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, we are here. If it changes for some reason on one of those weird things, we put up a notice about it. And thank you all for tuning in. It truly does mean a great deal to us that you take time out of your day and spend it with us here on Contractors Corner. Jeff, you got anything you want to throw at anyone?
Just reiterating, fuel surcharge this week is 0.611 and 10 cents for the West Coast fuel surcharge bump because we forgot to change the crawl.
No, I had it running for half the show.
Well, I didn't notice.
Right, it's because you know what? You're not.
Sun's in my eyes. That's what it is.
Go with that, Jeff. Go with that. That's better than anything I was going to say. Seriously, guys, be safe. If you're out here in this Florida mess, it's going to cut across the state, run up the East Coast. It's going to be up in South Carolina and Georgia like Saturday. So be careful out there too. If you don't feel safe, make sure you shut it down. Find a safe place to be. We will see you next Tuesday here on Contractors Corner. Y'all be safe.